The Southern Poems of the War, collected and arranged by Miss Emily V. Mason. A poem entitled Maryland by James R. Randall. The despot's heel is on thy shore, Maryland. His torch is at thy temple door, Maryland. Avenge the patriotic gore that flecked the streets of Baltimore, and be the battle queen of your Maryland, my Maryland. Hark to thy wandering son's appeal, Maryland. My mother state, to thee I kneel, Maryland. For life and death, for woe and weal, thy peerless chivalry reveal, and gird thy beauteous limbs with steel, Maryland, my Maryland. Thou wilt not cower in the dust, Maryland. Thy beaming sword shall never rust, Maryland. Remember Carroll's sacred trust. Remember Howard's warlike thrust, and all thy slumberers with the just, Maryland, my Maryland. Come, 'tis the red dawn of the day, Maryland. Come with thy panoplied array, Maryland, with Ringgold's spirit for the fray, with Watson's blood at Monterey, with fearless Lowe and dashing May, Maryland, my Maryland. Dear mother, burst thy tyrant's chain, Maryland. Virginia should not call in vain, Maryland. She meets her sisters on the plain. Sic semper, 'tis the proud refrain that baffles minions back amain, Maryland, my Maryland. Come, for thy shield is bright and strong, Maryland. Come, for thy dalliance does thee wrong, Maryland. Come to thine own heroic throng that stalks with liberty along, and ring thy dauntless slogan song, Maryland, my Maryland. I see the blush upon thy cheek, Maryland, for thou wast ever bravely meek, Maryland. But lo, there surges forth a shriek, from hill to hill, from creek to creek, Potomac calls to Chesapeake, Maryland, my Maryland. Thou wilt not yield the Vandal toll, Maryland. Thou wilt not crook to his control, Maryland. Better the fire upon thee roll, better the shot, the blade, the bowl, than crucifixion of the soul, Maryland, my Maryland. I hear the distant thunder hum, Maryland, the old line bugle, fife, and drum, Maryland. She is not dead, nor deaf, nor dumb. Huzzah! She spurns the northern scum. She breathes, she burns, she'll come, Maryland, my Maryland. About the author. James Ryder Randall was born on January 1st, 1839, in Baltimore, Maryland. After leaving his studies at Georgetown University, he traveled to South America and the West Indies. Upon his return to the United States, he taught English literature at Poydras College at Point Coupe Parish, Louisiana. Tuberculosis prevented him from enlisting in the Confederate Army. However, he was able to serve with the Confederate States Navy in Wilmington, North Carolina. After the Civil War, Randall became a newspaper editor and a correspondent in Washington, D.C. for the Augusta Chronicle. He continued to write poems. His later poems were deeply religious in nature. He died on January 15, 1908, in Augusta, Georgia. Thank you for stopping by, Lady Carrie Ann. Please subscribe, like, and share. Count your many blessings every single day.